Everyone knows that women are likely to end up making less money than their male counterparts, but what people aren't taking into consideration is that in addition to wages, they also have biological differences that further increase that gap.
You know, I've been saying this forever, that while men can just brew a cup of coffee or buy one for $1,
Yep.
women have a constant craving that can only be satisfied by a caffeinated beverage that costs $8, $9, or even $10+.
You know, some will call it stupid tax, but what's actually stupid is that men won't acknowledge we have the luxury to not have an internal voice forcing you to drive 7 minutes out of your way and then wait in a 10-minute lineup despite my objections to drop 16 greenbacks on a cup of joe and a slice of banana bread.
And it's not just coffee choices they're plagued with. The
Yeah.
other day, me and Gail were having a quick dinner, decide to have an alcoholic beverage or two. I tell them, I'll grab whatever lager they got on tap.
Luxury men have.
And then I just have to watch as this woman's genetic code takes over her body as she demands to look at the cocktail menu and continues to order multiple drinks starting at $14.99 with names I hope to never see again.
That'll cost you.
Naturally, I give her a look of disgust, but really I'm disgusted at nature for cursing them with the inability to drink a reasonably priced beverage.
The unfair advantage is constantly rearing its head. I remember the first day Megan and I went grocery shopping. Walking through the aisles, I have my eyes peeled for red bargain tags.
How else would you know what to buy?
And I just have this terrible male guilt in the pit of my stomach as I watch her just throw various meats and cheeses into the cart, unable to discern which brands are on sale and which brands are being purchased at full price.
You know, I still have nightmares about the time that Gail bought a $120 Wagyu strip loin and then cooked it well done.
They also don't like drinking tap.
Man, listen, hey, at least he getting some, right? That would be the same friend that be like, yo, bro, I get mad. I had a baddie in the crib last night, and that's the bitch that he had in the crib. Or you'll be the type of bro to set up a two-man, you get the cuter friend, and then he has to settle for that, and he just says, dance. Listen, let me stop playing. Let me stop knocking bro's hustle. A lot of men out here ain't getting no action. I'm not saying that's the action that most men want. I'm just saying at least he getting something. Couldn't be me though.
You're disobedient, yet you want your husband to be obedient. You are the problem. Because your biggest issue is that you refuse to do what God has told you to do. You're disobedient, yet you want your husband to be obedient. What chapter and what verse did you read that in the Bible? God says to judge every disobedience when your obedience is complete. Ladies, when was the last time your husband said something to you and you to give him a smart response? Or you just didn't give him some feedback. You just didn't say, okay, I'll take care of that, or thank you for that. Okay, I'll handle that. Or he gave you some correction or criticism, or you didn't say anything. You went back and forth and argued. You never just say, thank you for the correction. You never say, okay, I'll take care of that. You always got to give your 2 cents. You always got to go back and forth. And then when he says that you're disrespectful, you say, well, you don't know how to respect. You don't know how to talk. Yet, as women, we've been called to submit to our husbands. If you tell yourself the truth, you've been married from 1 year to 20, 30, 40, and you've never submitted to your husband fully. You've never just done what God has told you to do. And see, we want God's results, but we don't want God's process to get to the results. And to get God's results, that means you got to use God's process. You can't use your own process and then get God's results. I hear a lot of women, well, God tells the husbands to love the wives. What that got to do with you? Have you submitted to him? Do you respect him? Do you respect him in everything? No, you don't. And the word tells us to judge every disobedience when your obedience is complete. So you don't have the authority, the right, or the gall. You shouldn't have the gall to even question what your husband is doing in marriage when you haven't done what you were supposed to do. And doing what you're supposed to do is not predicated on what he does. Doing what you're supposed to do is predicated on your relationship with Christ.
If a man is trying to please a woman, a man will lose his mind trying to deal with that, because women ultimately don't even know what they want. And because women are so emotional, it don't matter what you did, all the way up until the moment she's mad. When she mad, she'll destroy everything because she didn't get her way in these 5 minutes.
On today's episode of Is It Toxic or Do You Agree? I don't want a man to slow burn for me ever. I think the moment that he lays eyes on me, he should be utterly obsessed. I want to take the breath from his lungs. I want him to think, oh my God, I didn't even know that I had a type, and now I've realized that it's her. She's perfect. I want the obsession to be instant, the attraction to be instant. Love grows, I understand. You need to get to know someone. I get that. I love that. But I think initially that, oh my God, those butterflies, those, that feeling needs to be there. And if it's anything less than that, I don't want it. I don't want it. If he's not fumbling his words, heart palpitations, nervous, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she's in my presence. If that's not the vibe, if he's not like shaking in the knees, I don't want it. A girl, I don't know, maybe it can grow, it's different. But with a guy, no, he needs to know right away.
This is a woman that wants to manipulate you and take advantage of you emotionally. Any woman that wants to obsess with her has no type of good intentions whatsoever. She literally wants you to be her stepping stool. You are the rug. Like, literally, that is all you're going to be to a woman like this, is the floor. She's walking over you back and forth day and night. There is no partnership. There is nothing. There is literally, you're praising her. She is the golden calf. The way she's even speaking is if she's trying to hypnotize you during the video. Like, this is idolatry. She's speaking about she wants a man to idolize her. What does the Bible say about idolatry? Like, listen to these words. Listen to what people say. Break down, what is a woman communicating to you? Why does anyone want to be in this position? She's not saying anything about what she wants to do together, how she wants to build up a man. That is what a woman is for, to build up a man. How is she not describing what she wants to bring back to that man? No man is meant to praise a woman. No woman is worthy of being praised in that manner. Yes, if she's bringing on so much, she's building up the dynasty, the empire, all of that, absolutely. You praise her, you adore her, but she's done nothing for you, and the first thing she wants you to do is to look at her as if she's perfect. That is manipulation. That's why I say this dating thing, this is psychological warfare. Any man that is not approaching it as such, you are being taken advantage of. You're being manipulated. These women are telling you their true intentions, and they don't even care. But yet, there'll still be another guy that will fall victim, all because of looks. It's all because of lust. You have to do better. Find a stoic state and deal with these women accordingly, each and every time. No one is above the program. None. She gets in line or she gets to the back of the line. It's trust fund baddies only. You need help with your dating psychology so you can secure more matches per week, more dates per week with high quality women. That's not her. The link is in the bio.
And I think you hit the nail right there on the head. Idolatry. She wants you to idolize her. I think that I'm pretty enough to get away with this level of delusion. I think that I look good enough for people, men specifically, to talk to me nice, to bow down to me and give me what I want. Honestly and truly, most of the times without asking.
Oh. The man have to be with you?
Money.
So how much money a week does he spend on you?
He ain't spent nothing yet, but he having that shit.
So why are you still with him if he's not spending it on you?
Oh, it's coming.
She got hope.
Relationships is a business.
Another person could come and swoop you off if his bag is bigger.
Well, don't let a man bag be bigger.
The only scenario I can really
let's be honest. Like, be on your shit. Like, if you.
So you gotta be Bill Gates, basically. Then.
If somebody can go big on big, you go bigger.
But then understand, if somebody come and look more attractive than you, then you gotta step your game up too.
And that's fine with me. I go get one more BBL.
Pray for us.
I got a question for you.
If it's about men, I don't.
It's not about men. It's not about men. Would you say it's challenging being with a woman?
Yes.
What do you think the challenges are?
They're insecure.
Why do you say that?
Because most women are.
So what's your ideal woman then?
BBW.
You like them thick?
I do.
Okay.
Black.
What's something you'll get a lot of hate for if you say it out loud?
Oh, easy. I always get a lot of hate for this, but I don't care. So women belong in the kitchen. They really need to stop nagging, and they should keep quiet and be submissive to their godly husbands. Yeah, I know, I said what I said.
Us women is the reason why these relationships kinda ain't out here working. Listen to this. And I really just got this through my head the other day. Some shit happened. Us women have a hard time dealing with one nigga. Like, we really don't even know how to bond with a nigga. And I know some of them are like, no, I really do. I bond with that nigga. But deep down, I have to be honest with myself. We really, they ain't never just got one nigga. We got the nigga that we with, but we got such and such on the side in our inbox. We got old boy over there that be, you know what I'm saying, we just be dibbling down, talking to him every now and then. Yeah. We got such and such over there. We broke up. But we still be talking on. We how you doing? So we really, we always got a nigga in our back door. Y'all can say niggas had it too. And they probably do, but we talking about us right now. Because I know for a fact, I got a bonding problem. It's hard for me to bond with a nigga. Like, I can bond with you, but I always got another nigga on the side somewhere. Right? I just realized this the other day. And I really do think we the problems, y'all.
Can y'all let that woman speak her piece? None can get fixed until you admit that you got something going on. You know what I'm saying? And nobody don't want to admit they got something going on. But let that woman speak her truth, man. Let her be the example, the shining light and beacon that attracts everybody else to follow. Let her be that. Let her be that. She ain't said nothing. She ain't said no lies. Vulnerability is what's going to get everybody where they need to be. That's the only way you can grow and get strong. You got to tell them uncomfortable truths. And she just told an uncomfortable truth that a lot of women who want to be seen as holier than thou. Oh, I only had 3 bodies my whole life. 6, 7 bodies. Yeah, it's okay though. We humans, you know what I'm saying? If y'all got it and y'all can get it, y'all gonna use it and gonna get it. Y'all hold on to whatever perks and benefits y'all can hold on to without fully bonding. And guess what? She admitted she has a hard time bonding. Bonding is real. A lot of women bond with their mouth. A whole lot of empty promises and just saying stuff, then they feel like if they say it is true. No, you gotta bond with your actions and hanging in there. But you know, I respect Shorty, man. She kept it a beam with everybody.
Finish him.
What's the one thing that you think men should understand about women?
We love money.
You love what?
Money.
Money.
Okay.
If they approve, they should come with money, or they should spend on you.
You have to have.
Okay, you should spend money on you.
We
understand. I want to ask you guys something. Are you guys selling something? What do we use money for?
What do we use money for?
We use money to buy things, right?
Trade.
Exactly. So if I am to come to you with money, what does that mean?
You are buying something.
Exactly. So you guys are selling
it. Yes, we are selling something.
Thank you. What are you selling? What are you selling?
We are selling our love for you.
Why give the mic to her?
Affection.
You are selling you are selling it.
Yes.
Okay. So when I come to your father, I pay your bride price. I bought you.
And that's what
I bought you.
Yes.
So if I buy something, what do I think I do with that thing?
It's yours. Whatever you want to do with it.
Thank you. So don't complain of.
I like that. No, that doesn't mean you should abuse me.
Listen, I bought this. Right. Hold on. If I bought this camera and I want to smash the camera, no one can question me. Do you know that?
It's an item. I'm not an item.
You are an item. We buy items.
But I'm not an item.
So why are you selling yourself? Give it to her.
I'm buying human being.
Okay, then I can't go to your shop, but the human being is saying she's selling herself. But you just said you are selling something.
No, so
confused.
What you are saying,
no, you said it. I didn't say.
Because you brought in money into your item.
No, hold on. I asked. You said we should pay, and I asked what we use money
what?
for. You said we should pay for you, spend on you.
I didn't say pay for us. I said spend on us.
What do we use money for? Again, what do
we can stay.
No problem. Okay, so money makes you stay.
Yes, you don't know.
Okay, so that means if I can use money to spend on 10 women, all of them will stay with me?
You don't know.
Okay, so why do women complain of cheating?
Who is complaining about cheating here?
Alright, so in majority of women are complaining about cheating.
They are complaining about cheating because you guys actually do it. Like,
you know the sad part of this conversation? You guys don't understand me and you don't even understand yourselves.
If you're waiting for me to say anything, I don't have anything to say. The guy said it at the last part of this video. They don't understand him and they don't understand themselves. They are just confused. You are not selling yourself, but you are selling your love. I beg, it is well.
Am I a jerk for wanting to leave my fiance while he's still recovering from a near fatal accident?
Nope.
Let's see. I don't even know where to start with this because my head has been spinning for weeks and I feel like I'm losing my mind. I've been with my fiance for 6 years and engaged for about a year. We were supposed to get married next month. Small ceremony with just our closest friends. Nothing crazy. I thought he was the love of my life and that we were solid. His family loved me and I loved them, especially his mom, who's always treated me like her own daughter. About 6 weeks ago, he was in a really bad car accident. Drunk driver hit him and he almost died. I spent the worst night of my life in the hospital waiting room, not knowing if he was going to make it or not. His parents and brothers were there too, and we were all just holding on to each other, praying that he would pull through. Here's where things fell apart. While we were waiting and things looked really bad, his mom pulled me aside. She's very religious and she was terrified that he was going to die with sins on his conscience or something. So she told me that about 2 months ago, he cheated on me with his ex-girlfriend he had ran into. She said it was because of the wedding stress and that I had been stressed out and stressing him out and he had had a moment of weakness. It was supposedly one time and he felt terrible about it and went to his parents for advice and they told him to never tell me and to just move on and forget that it happened. His whole family knew. For 2 months, they all knew and no one said anything to me. They just watched me plan this wedding and talk about our future knowing that he had cheated on me.
Oh my God.
He survived, obviously, and he's been recovering at his parents' place because our apartment has stairs and he can't manage them right now. I visit him every day and help him with his recovery and everyone keeps telling me how wonderful I am and how lucky he is to have me. Meanwhile, I'm dying inside because I know everything and can't even look at him the same way anymore. Now he's doing a lot better and his family is talking about how we might still be able to have the wedding of our dreams with the original date. Everyone is so excited and I just sit there feeling sick because I don't want to marry him anymore. I haven't told him that I know because I didn't want to hurt his recovery, but I thought we had more time before the wedding stuff came up again. I know leaving someone who's recovering from almost dying makes me look like a monster, but I also know that I can't marry someone who cheated on me and then his whole family helped him to cover it up. I feel trapped and angry and guilty all at the same time, and I don't know what the right thing to do is anymore. Advice.
The right thing to do is protect your mother piece of legal ass.
First of all,
if you can't look at him, you can't marry, you don't want to touch you. What are we doing here, people?
I can't even look at your family. Right.
You did a good thing, especially knowing what he did. You did a good thing by staying there, but your duty is done. Your duty is done here. It was done when her mom said, hey, or his mom said, hey, he cheated on you. Your duty was done then, right? You really honestly and truly can sit him down and say, hey, I would like to talk to you about something. So, you know, when you were going through everything, you were in the hospital, it came to my attention through different sources that you stepped out on me in a relationship. And, you know, I went through and I verified some stuff. And it came to be that you did actually step out on me. And, you know, that's one of the things that I do feel uncomfortable with, especially being with somebody. I want that person to value me. I want that person to value the sanctity of our marriage. And I don't think you did that, right? So, you know, I stayed to help you with your recovery because I love you in that way and I wanted the best for you. And I didn't want to ruin your recovery. Obviously, I don't want any setbacks or any bombshells happening during you trying to get better. But I want to say now that you're in a stable place, I don't want to move forward with the wedding. And it's for the reasons that I just spoke about, right? I think that was disrespectful to me. I think it was disrespectful to our relationship in the time that we had together. So, you know, I think it's best if we go our separate ways. And, you know, you go ahead and if you still have the wedding ring, the engagement ring, you take the engagement ring. I'd like to return this to you. And anything else that you have, I'll go through your stuff and put everything in a box and you can come by and get it, or I can come by and drop it off over here or at your parents' house. It doesn't matter to me, or if you don't want to see me, that's fine. I can arrange somebody from Uber to have them drop it off, whatever the logistics are. But at this point, it's going to be a no.
As soon as I found out about it, I terminated both of them immediately. One of the things I've gotten so much criticism of online was when I publicly shared a TikTok about firing somebody because I found out that she was cheating on her significant other and the other person also had a significant other. And as soon as I found out about it, I terminated both of them immediately.
Wait, someone was cheating with someone in the company?
Yeah.
Oh, and they both had partners?
Both had partners outside of the company. As soon as I caught wind of it, it wasn't even like a split-second decision. I can't have this in my environment, especially somebody close around me. People trust me and should trust any leader to help them make their success easy.
One would say that's none of your business what they're doing when they go home.
Not to get into specifics of the particular event, but it happened to be around work.
But if it wasn't at work, you still wouldn't.
Even if it was, I would fire the person immediately.
So you'd fire someone for cheating?
If they're going to cheat on the person that they're supposed to spend the rest of their life with, do you think that they're cheating on their work? That person is a liability to the environment.
People have things in their personal life which are very different to the way that they show up professionally, though. People do all kinds of things in their personal life.
It's terrifying.
I don't consider that to be my business.
Oh, it's absolutely my business. If somebody has a problem in their personal life, they're the same person that shows up to work.
Listen, the way that I see it is if I expand the scope of my concerns, I'm going to get nothing done. I don't want to be the government of your personal situations as well. As long as it doesn't show up in the office.
I can't bifurcate and put in two separate buckets what somebody is doing at home and think that what they're doing at home and the confusion and the distraction isn't going to bleed over into our environment. And I would be willing to bet, and curious on your perspective of this, those people that you found out where there are different situations and different problems in their personal life, they actually do show up in their work.
I don't make compromises in my marriage. I don't compromise anything. Anything I want to do, I absolutely am able to go and do it. Patriarchy teaches women that marriage is full of sacrifice, relationships are full of sacrifice and compromise, when that's often catered towards the man. It's catered towards his career, his goals, his dreams, how many children he wants. Women literally can't even control their own bodies, right? Because what if their husband wants something in the future from them? As a woman, you should never make compromises in order to be with a man. You should do what you want to do, pursue the life that you want to pursue, and if it doesn't work for him, don't make sacrifices for him. Don't change your life so that you can keep a man. And I'm talking from the big things to the little things, from where you live to what you do on the weekends. Because if he doesn't enjoy it, if it's a compromise to him to have to do what you want to do, then I don't think he enjoys your company all that much. This isn't me saying you never do things he likes and you only ever do things you like and he hates. It's me saying that it should never feel like a compromise. What my husband and I do with our free time together or on the weekend together as a family or just with each other on date nights, it never, ever, ever feels like a compromise, because it's not. Because we align and because he wants to do what I want to do. Because he likes to be around me. Does that make sense?
Not because he doesn't want to do the stuff that you like, it means that he doesn't like you. Compromising is a good thing.
Does complaining make your relationship better? Has it ever made your relationship better?
No.
Has it ever made you truly happy?
No, not at all.
So then why do you continue to do something that everything up and adds no value, and you can see by everyone in this room that it's not just your husband, that is the worst thing you could do to a masculine male? You have a miracle beside you. You have a man that has taken your for years and who wants to be more for you and has gone on a 9-month, 8-month, 7-month journey of working his ass off. He's done everything that almost everyone wants a man to do. He's expressed his true feelings. He's been vulnerable. He's worked hard to improve himself. He's loved you through it all, and he's not made you wrong. Maybe that's the problem. I know you're a good soul, but you've been rewarded so much for so long because you're an attractive woman that you have never had consequences for how you behave.
Bare minimum, king treatment, or below zero. She texts you back, bare minimum. She cook dinner sometimes if you are married, bare minimum. She say you look good, bare minimum. She send you motivation message before your big meeting, king treatment. She tells everyone you are the most handsome man, king treatment. She makes your mom recipe to surprise you, king treatment. She ignore your text for days, below zero. She never compliment you, below zero. She never cooks for you when you are married, below zero. Follow Gurmanova for more videos about Slavic women.
The gayest thing about our generation is that men are actually afraid to talk to women. Like, bro, she's a woman. What are you afraid of? When did we become afraid of women? Like, we were put here to procreate. Go talk to that girl. There's no reason why there should be an issue right now with men afraid of approaching women. She gonna put you on top? Who cares about her TikTok? No one cares about her Instagram. We don't care. Like, bro, you a man. If you a man, the fact that you can't talk to a woman, we used to hunt animals. We used to chase animals and hunt them down. Like, bro, go hunt that woman. Like, it's in our DNA. We gotta really start checking this behavior and start calling it what it is. This is soft behavior. This is not acceptable. If you are a man and you see any of your friends say they're afraid to talk to girls, I see some of y'all in the comments saying y'all don't want to talk to women, man. Get that gay stuff up out of here, bro, for real. I'm not trying to hear that. For real, man. Like, we got to do better. Because as men, the least you can do is talk to a woman. We should not be in an era where you got to sit here and listen to a guy like me tell you go talk to a woman. It's a girl. You scared of a girl? Y'all gotta do better, man, for real. All this, like, they're just women. I don't care if they look expensive. I don't care what she look like. Go talk to her. She's just a human being. Like, at the end of the day, there's no human being you should be afraid of approaching and speaking to. Even if she wasn't a woman, like, even if it was a billionaire, bro, go talk to them. That's just a human being. Like, there's nothing in this world you should ever be afraid of speaking to. Like, speaking with. Just, y'all go out there and talk to these women. We have to hold ourselves accountable there. Like, this is soft behavior. Now, this is when I give women the credit of saying, like, yes, men used to go to war. And now we're afraid to talk to women? We the one that gave them the right to vote. How you afraid to talk to them? So, yeah, go out here. Next time you see a baddie, approach her. Stop being so soft. Like, go talk to these women. Trust on baddies only. You need help? So, yeah, you could go talk to more women. The link is in the bio or comment TFBA for a free training.
And y'all be so quick to say, as a man, why you arguing with a female? You right, I'm not gonna argue with a female, bitch, because I said what I said, and if you say something else after what I say, I'm gonna make both of my sisters beat the shit out you.
Damn.
Yeah, now what?
All right, y'all. So I love this content creator. He goes from 0 to 100 and he's funny as hell. I want to say something though. Be very wary of doing things like this. The only reason why I say that is because just because you have sisters doesn't mean they're steppers. I'll tell you right now, I was in a situation before, and this is not even a sister type of thing, but I got into it with a girl a while back, like when I was younger, and she was like, I'm gonna go get my sister or whatever. Tell me why she got her sister, and her sister got up and dragged. And then I her up for thinking her sister was gonna f me up. So be very careful of doing stuff like this, because now you just created a whole bunch of chaos, and then you got your sister's ass beat. We could line it up. 2-piece combo. I don't care. I personally don't want to go back and forth with women. I would like to talk it out. But if I can't chime in on a relationship and say something and you're going to get me up, that's crazy. That kind of says a lot about you as a man. Again, I like this content creator. I'm pretty sure he's probably joking. But I think the only time you should get your sisters involved is if the girl put their hands on you. The girl either cheated and put their hands on you or caused harm upon you or maybe threatened your life. Other than that, I don't see the point of calling your sisters. This is the same thing with women. Women will get their brothers over like this. Women will get their brothers or somebody in their corner unalive because of this dumb stuff. I'm gonna get my brother. Then the brother comes and he is the crazy brother. Shut the whole place over what? Something could have been easily solved. Do I think women should run their mouth in relationships? Of course not. I really don't. Do I think men should run their mouths in relationships? Of course not. I really think that if you're in a relationship and you can't see eye to eye and it's to the point where you guys are screaming and the veins are coming out of your head and neck, it's over. It's a wrap. I could tell you right now, it's not gonna work. If you guys cannot talk like two civil adults and learn when it's done, it's not gonna work, Papa. I'll tell you that right now. But yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not the female you want to call anybody on because I'm not afraid of danger. I'm not afraid of somebody coming and get me. Oh my gosh, I'm shivering. I'm pissing in me boots. I love and thrive in chaos. I hate that I'm like that, and I hate that I grew up in the environment that I did, but I grew up around a lot of chaotic behavior. It doesn't do nothing for me. You're not shaking nobody around here. You better hope they both jump me. That's all I'm telling you. And it's bad to say that, but it's true. What do you want me to do? Piss in my boots? Next. By the way, y'all, I'm wearing a shirt from one of my friends. It says, "Hey, eyes down here, pal," by the Funderwear shop. I'll put their Instagram and stuff here as well, and I'll put their Funderwear shop store so that way you guys can find more shirts. They have a lot of other sayings and funny logos. Be sure, y'all, when you do purchase something, that you guys go ahead and wear the shirt and post it in a video. I will post you on my page. And then also, if you do make a purchase, you guys already know how I do. I'll do a collab with you or a stream with you or a game with you, whatever you decide. But just send me a receipt of the purchase. God bless y'all.
Yeah, I see she got her store that she wants to support, so definitely go support her. This is it's Tay Tay Baby on Instagram, and you spell that BAYBEE. So it's Tay Tay Baby on Instagram. She makes a lot of pretty good content, right? You didn't have to make this video, and you know you didn't. You just wanted to be messy, is what that was. But what she's saying is true. What she said is true. Be careful out there. And this is what men know. And I gotta talk to him too. Because this is what modern women do to men. They get out there and talk all that trash. And then they say, oh, my man's gonna do. And they get that man out there and get that man in trouble. Now, you don't be going out there talking your trash and then saying my sister's gonna do and then get them messed up, as Taylor said. So, you know, it's got to go both ways.
False accusers should be in jail. False accusers should be in jail. I don't know why that sentence is so complicated to people. There's a streamer named Ty Lil who recently faced SA allegations, and he just debunked the out of them. He plays video evidence of her asking, am I a one-night stand in a hotel room after presumably they just hooked up. On December 8th, she sends him this emoji. He does not respond. So what does she do? She sends a Zelle request for 2 bands talking about for playing with me. Again, no response from Tylil. So what does she do? 3 hours later, sends him this photo, me giving him his last warning before I show him who I really am. Wake the up, people. This happens every day. Every goddamn day. It's a new woman. It's a new doing this. Y'all know where my passion on this subject comes from. I've been down this road before, unfortunately. Some of y'all may know that. Think this is a game. And you know what happens when I'm telling a new girl that I'm talking to that this happened to me in the past? About like 30% of the time, the girl will look at me and be like, oh, don't piss me off. I might be next. Under the jail. This is why I tell y'all to be cautious when believing like this on the internet. That's pretty much it. What do y'all think about the situation? As for Tylil, he'll recover just fine from this. He debunked it as is. But traumatically, this will affect him. This affects everybody who deals with this. This is tough, bro. It is traumatic.
If you make $100K, how much do you want your man to make?
If I'm currently making 100K, I would assume that I would meet someone in the same bracket, so he'd probably make 100K, the same or more. One, we do live in modern society. Women do work, men do work. I'm not gonna sit home and not do anything. Hypergamy is also still very much a thing, so you're obviously gonna date someone in the same bracket or someone that makes more. It's between the two.
Would you be open to dating a guy if he was making like 55K?
It wouldn't make sense for me to date down, personally, just because if a guy wants to lead a relationship, how is he leading it if he's making less?
So it's all about money when it comes on to the ability to lead?
For a man to lead in general, the money helps you lead in a lot of ways, responsibilities and goals in a relationship. If it's just money, you're not making any money, what are you doing that's leading as a man? How can you treat me good if you're not making enough money to feel like a man?
Isn't that subjective though?
Why do you say that?
A man could be totally comfortable making 35K at Walmart, wherever
There's nothing wrong with that. I think that's fine, but also date a girl who works at Walmart who makes the same amount or less. Why would you date someone whose taste is like caviar? That's gonna ruin your ego as a man.
You guys really have to get out of your own way. I hear there are a good number of women that say this. You guys have account managers, you have asset managers, and they handle millions of dollars. These men and women are not worth millions. They might make pretty good money, but some of them are not millionaires. But what they put on their resume is, I've handled 50 million, I think it's assets under management, AUM, or whatever it might be, right? I'm handling this. I'm seeing it go through. People are bringing it to me because I know how to manage it. Do I have it personally? No, I don't. But that doesn't mean that I don't know how to use it for you to make you better, to help you to achieve your goals. That's what financial advisors are kind of for, right? People bring them a lot of issues and they say, hey, now how do we get to this sort of level of income or finances? They say, hey, we have this much money. What do we do with it? The people themselves that are advising, they don't have that type of money, once again, or they might not. But people are saying, you've got a good reputation. You help my friend. Can you help me? You help my buddy. He comes in here all the day. Yeah, I've been knowing Joe for 5, 6, 7 years now. Yeah, great guy. So what can I do for you? Well, I've got kind of the same problem with Joe. I want to do this, and the wife and the kids, yada, yada, yada. And, now she's gotten out there. We live on the lake now. And now she's got this crazy idea in her head that she wants to get a boat, and there's got to be a certain boat, the whole thing, right? So we're looking for somebody to help us manage our finances, to make this a reality. I think the point is here that the man could be making $50,000, but because he manages his own household and he knows how to do that, you bring him more money. He says, I'm going to continue to do the same thing that I was doing with my stuff. And if it's been working for me, then it'll work somewhere else. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. That's what head coaches are. You see a head coach in high school, he does pretty well. Somebody says, hey, you look like you did pretty well in high school. Let's bring you on up to college. He does the same thing in college, replicates results. Somebody from college is going to say, hey, look like you might be able to try out for the NFL. Why don't you give it a shot, or at least come join this side of the ball? And he says, yeah, I might just do that. Right. So that's the way you work up. People start off small, and they're basically a good steward over the smaller things, and they have access to the bigger things. And so they show, I can handle bigger things, right? So if you're bringing him 100K and you see that his character has been great with 50K or 60 or 70K, then it might stand to reason, based on research and you vetting him, that he's going to do just fine with the salary that you bring him. Don't be so short-sighted.
5 things I will never ask or expect my husband to do as a stay-at-home mom who actually likes her man. Bless it if this don't ruffle some feathers, y'all. Number 1, I will never get mad at him for working. Honey, that man gets up every day to provide for us, and I am proud of him for it. If he gets a call during dinner or while we're out, I do not roll my eyes or throw shade. I just let him handle it. Y'all, that's part of what keeps our family running. Number 2, I am not asking him to get up in the middle of the night with a baby. He's up early working hard so I can be home with our kids. It is not something I expect or resent him for not doing, especially when I could sneak in a nap during the day if I need to. Number 3, don't ask me to make plans if my husband can't come. Sorry, sis, he's my bestie, and if he ain't coming, I'm not. Number 4, I am not asking him to clean the house or do the laundry. He doesn't ask me to help with his job. I don't need his help with mine. Now, does he help sometimes? Absolutely. But I take pride in keeping our home peaceful. Like, I want it to be his sanctuary when he walks in that front door. That's my love language. Number 5, I don't spend more than $200 without talking to him first, unless it's grocery, because let's be honest, like, in this economy. And that's just being respectful. We are a team, and keeping that communication smooth keeps the peace. Being a stay-at-home mom does not make you less. It means that we're holding down our lane while they hold down their lane. Okay, love you, bye.
You gonna let me fuck tonight? No?
Did you pay the bill?
Alright. I hope you got your eye.
I got it. Don't worry.
Men are hard to please. Men have high standards. 3 months ago, I went to Wendy's, got the spicy nuggets. I haven't been to Wendy's in years. Pull up to the window. She's like, hey, here's your nuggets. I'm like, oh, thank you. I go to drive out. She goes, wait, you forgot your Frosty. I was like, I didn't even get a Frosty. It was one of the mini ones. She goes, I know. You just look like you needed something special today. I've been thinking about her for 3 months. 3 months. 3 months. She was like 50. I want to, I don't care. I would have married her.
This is so accurate. Men are literally the simplest creatures out there. We are so easy to please. It doesn't take a lot for us to be happy. So my friend's mom, like 12 years ago, made me a sandwich. I was just hanging out and she came in and asked if I wanted a sandwich, brought me the sandwich, and it was so good of a sandwich. I still think about that sandwich from time to time because to this day, no woman out there has made me a sandwich. I've had them make me dinners before and everything else, but you know what? Something as simple as a sandwich when you're just having a bad day, it's just, you just can't beat it. So women, we're very simple. Just if we're having a bad day, just come and bring us a beer. Just sit on the couch with us and just lay there and just do this. And just let us watch whatever we want to watch on TV. You will literally make that guy's whole year if you just did that. Just word of advice.
Absolutely nobody's talking about the man who had to start over from zero because a relationship destroyed his peace. He lost time, he lost money, he lost confidence, and in some cases, he lost years of his life trying to make something work that was quietly breaking him. And he stayed in silence. He suffered in silence. The hardest part, it's carrying the silence because men aren't encouraged to talk about emotional loss the way others are, the way women are. So that man rebuilds quietly. He questions his judgment. He becomes more guarded because he learned a hard lesson. The cost of giving too much to the wrong place, investing too much in the wrong person. If that's your story and this video resonates with you, I want you to hear something. Starting over isn't failure. Walking away wasn't weakness. Choosing peace after chaos is strength.
You meet a lot of emotionally unavailable men.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
They let me know like a month in or so. They seem
All right, that's
ready.
enough. I think. Yeah, I'm emotionally unavailable too now, I guess.
When did you first start to realize that you had a really small?
I would say probably around high school.
Right.
And dealing with like girlfriends and stuff like that. But I was always like under the belief that like maybe like I'm a late bloomer.
Yeah.
Maybe one day it'll get normal size.
It never did. Unfortunately, this man has a micro. It's already bad enough that as a grown-ass man, he has to live with this condition. But then he decides to be brave enough to go on a talk show to talk about his condition. And what does the host do? While she's asking him a question about his microbe, she's doing this. You didn't need to do all that. That was up. Listen, I can't begin to imagine how difficult that must have been for him growing up and having girlfriends. And when they found out about his condition, how they must have treated this man. Why he decided to go on the show and talk about it, I don't know. Why they decided to have him on the show and have that conversation, I don't know.
Honestly, I don't even know why you're on that show. I don't know why you would want to embarrass yourself like that. Like, you know you're going to be the butt of somebody's joke. You already know that. You already know with the way she's looking, she clowning you in her head. Why put yourself out there to be disrespected like that?
So my husband and I have been having this real issue lately. He believes that he can spend the money any way he wants because he earns it, because he works for it, and because I stay at home, I can't spend it because the luxuries of being at home with our son, like the power and the water, are my little luxuries that I get.
How old is this little boy?
He is 25. I have been told that I should just let him deal with the finances because he's the man of the
whoever
house.
told you that's as dysfunctional as he is. Who told you that? His mother?
No, that was him. He said that.
Oh, he told you that. Okay. I bet he did. I bet he did. Little twerp. You're dealing with a child. That's the problem.
And I mean, I try to save money where I can.
Honey, that's not the point. Let me back up and tell you the way this should be. The way it should be is when you are married, regardless of where the income comes from, we have an income. We both have a vote on where every one of those dollars goes. My wife has not worked outside the home in about 40 years. She has an incredible income. Because we have an incredible income. Okay? And she gets to decide with me what we will do with our income. Are you hearing these words clearly? None of that's happening here. Just because I earn the income at Ramsey and with the things I do in my life, and she doesn't have an earned income personally, does not invalidate her power or her right to a vote inside the household. She has the same exact rights as I do. Not only morally and spiritually, but legally, she does. And if he thinks he's in control of his income, let me teach him what a divorce attorney will teach him. He's not in control of his income. They're going to take a big old chunk of it and give it to you and the kid to take care of the kid. So he really does not have as much power as he thinks he has in the law, much less morally, and he's relationally bankrupt. You treat your wife this way, you won't have a wife long. Because, honey, you may put up with this for a while, but you're going to wake up in a few years and go, I'm done with you.
Did we ever ask what he was spending it on? Did we ever ask, what she was spending it on? It's very different if he's going, the luxuries that she's talking about is he might spend $50 on some game or something like that. Like maybe he puts $50 on a game or something like that. I don't know. But then she goes and spends like $200, $300, $400 on a little luxury. Oh, well, it's just, one time, but then that one time becomes like 2 times, right? So there, it sounds like, maybe there might need to be more of a conversation and more of a fact finding journey there. Because a lot of times what modern women will do is they'll downplay what it is that they're doing or what it is that they're getting, but then they'll try to upsell that the man is doing them so terribly. I don't doubt that there's something that he's doing that you'd be like, whoa, bro, what are you doing? Like, that's weird. That's crazy work. Stop doing that. But also, and it might be the case that he is doing all that she says he's doing. It might be the case, but it might also be the case that once again, she's saying, oh, well, I'm just getting something little, just a little thing. It's insignificant. And what she's talking about is insignificant is $600 a month. Shopping, just blowing it on random stuff. And what they bring home extra is like $800 a month. So basically you're spending a vast majority of our leftover pay, right? Which is, if that's what y'all want to do, then that's what y'all want to do. If both of y'all are good with that, might not be a good habit, but it is what it is. But if you're saying, well, my little luxuries, we don't even know what your luxuries are, right? Let's get that down first. Let's get what he's talking about as well, as far as luxuries as well. Dave Ramsey is right, and well, it's both of y'all's money because both of y'all are in a relationship together. That is true. But once again, like I said, I would have liked them to go a little bit deeper and dig a little bit deeper as to what we're talking about in terms of luxury and discretionary spending, instead of just going straight off on him.
Can you take the trash? Babe, do I hear the baby? It's okay. Babe, can you come clean the Babe.
Hey, why do women hate asking men things? Like, of course, taking out the trash, taking care of your child, like, you shouldn't have to ask them to do stuff like that, right? But women hate to ask you things that they know you will do. It's like, if only I could just have somebody at my beck and call to do whatever I ask them to do. But for a lot of women, it's not even enough to be able to ask somebody. Like, they have to just psychically do what you want them to do. It's crazy, man, because, you know, like, even things like, why do they get upset when you don't plan dates? Like, I don't know, like, if there was somebody who wanted to be with me and all I had to ask them to do, hey, I want to go here, let's do that, and they do it, like, I would be happy with that.